Well, the Dominion lawsuit in the United States against Fox News and some of its people has come to a conclusion. Just at the 11th hour, right before it was about to go to court. Now, as you'll recall, Fox News continuously, over a significant period of time, continued to push this conspiracy theory that somehow Dominion voting systems, which was started by a Venezuelan businessman, somehow had stolen the election in favor of Joe Biden. Because if there's a long history of a connection of political alliances, it's between the United States and Venezuela, right? Unless, of course, you're a complete effing idiot who believes that the Democrats are secretly communists coming to take over the entire world and take away your gun and all kinds of other conspiratorial nonsense. Regardless, despite the fact that repeatedly, over how many years now, they have been saying that that the election was stolen in favor of Biden over Trump, no one has yet to produce any evidence whatsoever that it actually happened. And it has been to court over 60 times, and in all 60 cases, zero evidence was presented that showed the election was stolen. So now you can imagine why Dominion Voting Systems and its employees, who have suffered a tremendous amount of threats and probably actual real violence. I'm not even exactly sure. Not all those records are available yet. Which, I don't really care about the company, but the employees who are just trying to do their job, they don't deserve that. Well, Fox News settled out of court for almost $800 million, considering that $1 billion is probably what it brings in an entire year from most of its News Corp, from all of its subsidiaries, etc., showing the complete blithering incompetence of Murdoch and those who run Fox News. Because we saw from many of their recordings that were released and many of their text messages, emails, etc., that none of them actually believed that the election was stolen and that they had merely done it to get ratings. Now, imagine that. A private entity would lie in order to make money. Really? Would private property or a corporation really do that? Here's what's very interesting. Despite saying how capitalism is freedom, the free market to do whatever kind of stupid goddamn thing you want to do that ends up destroying the country, look at the very antagonistic relationship between democracy and private property. I mean, anybody who's familiar with Marx's theory is already going to know this, but it's interesting to watch it happen in real time in this kind of situation where Fox News didn't even really undermine the election for the sake of trying to get their own people into power. Like, this wasn't even really a conservative plot kind of thing on their part. I'm sure on others it was, but on their part it really wasn't. For them, they literally said it was just about the ratings. They lied, created distrust in the voting system, which you shouldn't have anyway because it's a bourgeois system, not because it's wrong for reasons than what are being criticized for. I mean, it's not rigged in that they really choose which person is going to be president. They just only allow certain people to run for president that they'd be okay with. I think you understand what I'm trying to say, the very class nature of elections themselves. But it's interesting to note that they undermined the credibility of those elections which they would want to be propping up in order to justify the system itself. They undermined it for their own profit motive. They were inherently, because of their profit motive, antagonistic towards the survival of their own system. And it's just, sometimes it's just outright beautiful poetry how these things work out. And all of this distrust, all of the lying, etc., like a news organization, they might as well have just come right up to you and admitted that they're lying to you. It's basically the same thing. I mean, they knowingly and deliberately lied to you, and it was very open in these communications. Normally, the media lies to you constantly. But they're not so open about it. They'll omit certain facts, or they'll broadcast things that they know aren't true. Like, you remember how Russia was always losing the war up until that dossier got leaked that showed how Ukraine has actually been losing almost since day one, but it's Russian disinformation. Also, we're after the person who leaked it because it wasn't real. Or something that, like, this leak isn't real, it's Russian disinformation. Also, we're looking for the person who leaked the thing that isn't real. Kind of complete contradiction. That's usually how it goes. You just don't mention certain aspects of it, you don't mention certain angles or certain realities of the situation. You just don't outright say it. And that's how the media has done it for a long time. And in fact, for a long time, the news didn't make any money. Most evening news on the major cable networks didn't turn a profit. They actually costed money. Channels actually lost money by having evening news because it wasn't profitable. They would go into their own pockets just to get information out to you. And then when they realized, wow, this is actually really, really effective as propaganda, well, then they found a business model for it and found a way to make money off of it. But that is to imply that it was ever on. But that is kind of implying that it was ever honest to begin with, when it most certainly wasn't. But that's kind of the point here, and I think the point that's lost on so many people. It's not that, oh, whoa, Fox News is a lie. No kidding. Fox News is a lie. But so is the rest of the media. And that is that whole fake situation. The Fox News people saying, the people who watch Fox News saying how everybody else is a lie and Fox News is the truth, when Fox is the one who basically admitted that they lied. But then everybody who's against Fox News are calling Fox News liars, and that their media, CNN, MSNBC, etc., are all the truth, when none of them are. They're lying to you from two different perspectives. I mean, it's no secret that Fox News is conservative, funded by the Koch brothers and individuals like that. This whole time, they're both lying. They're both lying for different sets of interests within the ruling class. But they are both lying, and that's the part that's being forgotten here. They're so busy trying to score points on each other. Fox is lying. No, it's the non-Fox that are lying. That they forget the part where they're all lying. And that they're all representing the allegiances and the interests of the elite. Whether they happen to be liberal-minded or conservative-minded, whether it happens to be in support of their businesses and against another business. It's all a pretty big act of theater. Because, in the end, there is no real debate. There is no actual honesty. The thing was never real to begin with. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.